I'm joined here with Dave Okresik. I've worked with Dave for quite some time now, and we're just basically going over in a kind of regular coaching session uh, the current state of where he's at with his virtual assistant. And I love Dave's story because it can resonate with a lot of different entrepreneurs out in the field fighting the good fight. And Dave, could you just spend just a very brief moment just telling us, how did it feel kind of going into the concept of a virtual assistant?
Well, I'm pretty resistant to it at first. I was very tentative about it. I know you, Brandon, were during our coaching sessions for many times were talking to me about it, being very nice, but just gently nudging me along. And I just never really kind of saw the true value. I didn't think I was big enough to do it. And I was suddenly, as I was growing a little bit, spending so much time doing things that were starting to really gnaw at me. And we're not a huge company by any means, but as we were growing, all my time was scheduling. And I took the dive and tried to the virtual assistant and ended up with a fantastic person named Joanne. And I can't speak highly enough of her. In fact, if I had to fire anyone, she would be the last person I would fire.
Isn't that funny
She
how you kind of rearrange the hierarchy? And I got to that place too of like, I
it's
don't want to do this job or this business anymore if these kind of key players are no longer a
oh
part of it.
it's all the administrative things that just pile up and the tedium of some of those things that I didn't truly love to do. And she just takes all of that off my plate. Now I find myself at times, okay, I need to do something. I'm supposed to be an important person here in the company. What do I need to do? She does so much. And
Mhm.
that's not an exaggeration. I mean,
Yeah.
you talk about scheduling or texting people, mass texting, mass pressure washing texts to get stuff on the schedule for the crew that we've had. It's great. And not only that, but even more difficult things like compliance issues. There's some companies where we have to do lots of compliance things with where it's just completely tedious and ridiculous actually. And she can do training programs, she can look stuff up, and it's just so resourceful. So I'm very thankful, and I won't go back. I'll drive a a truck for some company before I go back to not having her. So,
What a great position to be in where you're now effectively in a position where you get to do what fuels you and what makes the most sense for you to be a part of in your company versus the catch-all and basically the shock absorber of all things, no matter what they come at in terms of nature, whether they bring you energy or take your energy. It didn't matter before, where now you're at that place where you can choose.
well, you're right, and it was actually on top of that, it was not only consuming, but it was wearing me down and tearing me apart because I could never stop, and I had the pressure of trying to put jobs on the schedule and not only all the administrative aspects of it. And naturally, when you have that much to do, there's going to be some balls dropped, and there's going to be some administrative things that fall through the cracks. And she's able to take some of that off, so I can focus, like you say, on those things and trying to sell and going out, taking my time with customers from time to time, going out and seeing the guys how they're doing, and think about some of the bigger picture things. Do we buy a new truck? Do we look around for this piece of equipment, or what else can we do? I need to be selling mostly, but yeah, it's been a real eye opener for me, and I've been pleasantly surprised at how it's gone. So
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your experience here.
you
Hopefully
bet.
that can help
Anytime.
somebody else who's in the same shoes as you once were.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm happy to. And like I say, if you need me to do a phone call, I'm happy to share with someone. So no problem.
Awesome. Thank you.